I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Joining me now is First Amendment attorney Jeff Lewis. Jeff, thank you so much for joining me again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
There has been an update in the case we were talking about last week involving Rudy Giuliani. He was ordered to pay $148 million in damages to 2 Georgia election workers. Before we get into it, are you surprised by this number?
Not really. The plaintiff's attorney had pretty much free reign to make whatever arguments they wanted because of that big discovery sanction against Mr. Giuliani. So I'm not surprised. It's a big number, but I'm not surprised.
When we talked last week, we were talking about a number that was more in the neighborhood of $43 million. So now when you're looking at $148 million, I mean, it's just an eye-popping number. When I heard it, I thought I misread it at first. I thought I added a 1 in front of the 48 there. But do you think that the punishment fits the crime?
Well, obviously, the jury found that Mr. Giuliani's conduct was intentional and willful, and that's why they tagged on additional punitive damages. And it's very consistent with the jury's finding and the seriousness of the conduct, which not only affects these 2 women, but kind of the nation in terms of how they look at elections and election workers.
Do you think that this sets a precedent for elections to come then?
Absolutely. In terms of how media companies think about what kind of opinions they put on TV and on radio, it will absolutely impact their willingness to put certain extreme views on the TV and radio and the internet. On the other hand, I don't think it's going to have any kind of chilling effect on individual politicians or lawyers who speak on TV. But media companies will take pause.
You're the expert here. You're a First Amendment lawyer. So when it comes to this trial, to this verdict, what stands out to you?
Well, the most amazing and surprising part of the trial didn't happen in the trial. It happened the night after the first day, where Mr. Giuliani took a press conference and said he has no regrets. Everything he said was true. And wait and see what his testimony is going to be. And then he never testified.
I want to talk about that a little more because that really was stunning to go out there and he was doubling down, and not only doubling down, saying he had no remorse. Do you think that factored into the jury's decision at all, or could it even factor into their decision?
It absolutely, I'm sure his lack of remorse will factor in, or did factor in, because one of the findings they had to make was a certain level of intentionality and remorse. If he had said he was sorry, if he had said he would had regrets, if he said he never would have done it, yeah, maybe the jury could have gone a little softer on the punitive damages, but they hammered him.